Spring is officially here, and that means it's time to get back in the garden. We've been soaking up the sunshine and getting our hands in the dirt, planting some of our cold hardy favorites like violas, pansies, and ranunculus. And let me tell you that daffodils, they are in full force and absolutely thriving in this mix of warm sun and spring breezes. Big task this week is weeding around our garlic. We planted it last fall and now it's coming in strong. We want to give it the best possible start by clearing out any competition. It's looking so good, and I can already imagine how flavorful it will be this time when we harvest. The kids have been amazing little helpers, pulling weeds, fetching tools, and just enjoying the gorgeous weather. There's something so special about these simple days outside together. Muddy hands, fresh air, and a lot of learning mixed in with the work. With the garlic beds tidied up, we're moving on to our strawberry patch. It's time to clean things up, clear out the dead leaves, and give the plants a little boost for growing with the season ahead. Our strawberries are waking up from the winter, and we want to make sure that they have all the space and nutrients they need to produce plenty of sweet berries later this spring. And of course, we couldn't let this bountiful weather go to waste. We're also getting our sunflowers in the ground today. It's always so exciting to plant them, knowing that in just a few months, we'll have tall, cheerful blooms swaying in the breeze.
So this is the strawberry patch. You can see we have all of this dead foliage here, but you can see some of the strawberries are peeking up. So our goal today is to kind of get this area cleaned up, raked out, so those spring strawberries can really start growing and flourishing. So we have strawberries come the end of May into June. Most of our strawberries are June-bearing strawberries. They were just given to us as starts, and so, we didn't care that they're not ever-bearing. It would be nice if they were, but we're just want to make sure we have strawberries on the homestead. So this is our little strawberry patch, and we like to keep it growing and allow the strawberries. You can see over here, this is where we started. We had about 4 rows, and we already have some that have vined out a little bit. So hopefully this whole area at some point will have all of the strawberries.
Over the winter, things got a little wild in the strawberry patch, and now it's time to rake through and clear out those weeds to get these plants set up for a strong growing season. As we work through the patch, we do try and be careful not to pull up too many of the strawberry starts. They love to spread, and it's always exciting to see the new plants popping up. But that also means we have to be careful while making space for them to thrive. Little by little, we're opening things up, clearing away the dead leaves and the weeds so we can actually see where the different rows are. It's always satisfying to watch the garden go from messy and overgrown to neat and ready for the season ahead. We're piling the weeds along the edges for now. Later we'll haul them off and burn them, keeping any unwanted seeds from making their way back into the garden. With the patch cleared up, we're going to put our watering system back in. We saved our drip system from last year, and now we're lining everything back up to make sure the rows match and the water will reach where it needs to. Strawberries love consistent moisture, and this setup makes watering so much easier once the heat of summer kicks in. Lining up the drip tape and making sure it's spaced correctly helps us avoid dry spots and ensures that every single plant gets water. It's a small task now that will make a big difference later.
There's the weighted strawberry patch. Added the drip system for the watering. So when the irrigation water gets turned on in the next little bit here, we'll be able to start watering all these strawberries. But overall, I think it's looking pretty good. There are lots of strawberries in there. Here's a good example. So we will probably have to come through and thin them. But overall, I think it looks good. We've got our piles of weeds here that will move and burn. But it's looking good. I'm excited to get strawberries. Our coops, we have 3 of them here. They have lots of room to roam and move about, and we'll free range them occasionally, but they're right in the direct sun. So in the summer heat, they get super hot. Now last year we got some shade coverings and put on them, and they worked okay, but we planted sunflowers on the backside and it was really beautiful. So we thought this year instead, along the side here, we would plant sunflowers to help create some shade that's just natural. Plus then when they get out and they're free ranging any seeds or whatever they can eat, it'll attract some bees. So all around, it's a good thing. So we're going to try and plant, if the dog doesn't dig them all up, all along the side here, and then possibly along the front here, just to add some shade, and we're gonna just see how it goes.
Planting sunflowers along the side of the chicken coop is going to bring a lot of beautiful color to this space, but hopefully also provide a lot of shade for the chickens this summer. We plant gigantic sunflowers, and so the plants grow really tall and the heads of the sunflowers are really big. So we're starting by hoeing a small ditch along that fence line. This little trench should be perfect for those rows of sunflowers. Give them enough room and space to grow and stretch so they can get nice and tall. The kids are helping by placing sunflower seeds in the trench. Typically I would space them so it's just the right amount and there's enough room for growing without crowding. But in this instance, it's really not that big a deal, so the kids are kind of throwing them in there, and then we can come through and thin them later if we need to. But once the seeds are in, they're going to cover them back up with the dirt and kind of press them down with their hands, just to hopefully keep the birds from digging them up before they get a chance to sprout. Then we're going to put up a little garden fencing along the rows of seeds. Chickens love to scratch around and dig dirt holes so that they can clean themselves, but this is going to help them from digging up those seeds and snacking on them before they grow tall enough to be out of the way and the chickens will leave them alone. And once they are bigger, we will take that little fencing down and those sunflowers should just thrive. Once the seeds are in and the fence is up, all that's left to do is give them a good soak and then just let nature take over. We'll wait a week or two and come out and see if any of them have sprouted. Spring cleanup is always a big job, but it feels so good to see the progress. The strawberry patch is cleared and ready for new growth. The sunflowers are tucked into the soil, and little by little, the homestead is coming back to life for the season ahead. There's always more to do, but that's just part of the rhythm of this life. Thanks for spending some time with us in the garden today. We'll see you in the next video.